Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a big naval development coming from Russia. Recently, Moscow has added new warships, armed with Kalibr cruise missiles, into its fleet. This might sound like just another defense headline, but in reality it has huge implications for the balance of power in the Black Sea, in Eastern Europe, and even globally. So in the next few minutes, let's break it down step by step. So, what exactly has happened? Russia has introduced small but powerful corvettes called the Project 22-800 or Karakurt-Class. At first glance, these ships don't look very threatening. They are compact, fast, and not as large as a traditional destroyer or cruiser. But here's the twist. Each of them can carry up to 8 Kalibr cruise missiles. That means even a handful of these ships can unleash devastating long-range attacks against land and naval targets. Now, what makes these missiles so special? The Kalibr missile is one of Russia's most famous weapons. It has a range that can stretch hundreds, and in some versions, over 1,000 kilometers. These missiles can be launched from ships, submarines, and even coastal systems. During the war in Syria, Russia actually showcased the Kalibr by firing them from ships in the Caspian Sea, hitting targets over 1,500 kilometers away. So imagine this, a small corvette sitting quietly in the Black Sea, but with the ability to hit targets deep inside Ukraine, or even threaten NATO territory. That's the kind of power we're talking about. Now you might wonder, why is Russia focusing on smaller ships instead of just building bigger and stronger ones? The answer is survivability and cost efficiency. Large ships, like cruisers or aircraft carriers, are expensive and vulnerable. If you lose one, it's a massive blow. But small corvettes are cheaper, quicker to build, and harder to detect. Think of it like this. Rather than putting all your eggs in one basket, you spread them across many smaller baskets. Even if one corvette is destroyed, the others can still carry out missile strikes. This decentralization makes Russia's navy more flexible and resilient. Now let's talk about where these ships are being deployed. The Black Sea. This region has been one of the most critical battlegrounds in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine famously managed to sink Russia's flagship cruiser, the Moskva, back in 2022. Since then, Russia has been under pressure to maintain dominance in the area. By adding Kalibr-equipped corvettes to its Black Sea fleet, Russia is basically saying, even if you sink our big ships, we still have plenty of smaller ones ready to fire back. It keeps constant pressure on Ukraine's coastal defenses and complicates NATO's planning in the region. And this isn't happening in isolation. Russia is also modernizing other ships like the Admiral Gorshkov-class frigates and the Project 22-350 Admiral Amelko. These larger ships can carry not just Kalibr missiles, but also the advanced Zircon hypersonic missiles. Combine this with submarines that can also launch Kalibrs, and what you see is a multi-layered strike capability, from corvettes on the surface, to submarines under the water, to frigates on the high seas. Russia is building a navy where almost every platform can fire long-range precision missiles. So, why does all of this matter beyond the Black Sea? Because Kalibr isn't just about Ukraine. These missiles could be positioned in other seas, like the Arctic, the Baltic, or even the Pacific. In fact, Russia recently carried out drills in the Sea of Japan, where its warships launched live Kalibr missiles as a show of strength. That tells us this strategy is not only regional, but also global. For NATO and neighboring countries, this is a reminder that Russian naval power is still very much alive and evolving. To sum it up, Russia's addition of Kalibr missile carriers may look like a small step, but in reality, it's a smart and dangerous move. By relying on small, flexible corvettes, Moscow is making its navy more survivable and more threatening at the same time. This is not just about numbers, it's about strategy. And in today's world where conflicts are no longer limited to land or air, the seas are becoming a silent but critical battlefield. Let's see how NATO and Ukraine respond in the coming months. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.